We're here because free speech is under attack. We're here because people are being convinced that socialism works. We're here because people are being judged guilty until proven innocent. We are fighting back with facts. This is not a safe zone, so buckle up, Buttercup. This is the raw, naked truth.
North Korea, FTX, Twitter, and more. Welcome to the Raw Naked Truth. I'm your host, Eric Lupkin, and here's the news you need to know. North Korea fired a pair of medium-range ballistic missiles off the country's east coast on Sunday, the two projectiles potentially having the ability to reach the Japanese mainland. The pair of missiles reportedly traveled about 310 miles before landing in the waters between North Korea and Japan. The launch of the missiles caps off the end of a year in which North Korea has fired off a record number of intercontinental ballistic missiles and comes just days after Japan doubled down on its calls to reinvigorate its military amid a rising North Korean threat. Sam Bankman-Fried, founder of the collapsed crypto exchange FTX, will no longer fight any extradition attempts to the United States. According to sources familiar with the matter, Bankman-Fried is planning to face his charges after he was indicted in a Manhattan court for allegedly scamming FTX's customers out of billions of dollars in stolen deposits. He is facing wire fraud, money laundering, and campaign finance charges and was previously arrested in the Bahamas. He is expected to appear in court on the Caribbean island on Monday in order to reverse his decision to fight extradition. The Senate passed the $858 billion annual defense spending bill in a bipartisan 83-11 vote. The bill adds new funding for Ukraine as it fights Russia's invasion, increases pay for service members, authorizes the purchase of new weapons, and rescinds the military's COVID-19 vaccine mandate. The House has passed the legislation, so it now goes to President Biden for his signature. The bill includes $45 billion more than the Biden administration requested. Democrats and Republicans are still negotiating a broader spending bill to fund the government for the next year. The Senate cleared a stopgap measure to keep federal agencies running another week to provide time to negotiate a deal, beating a deadline to avert a partial government shutdown. Substack writer Matt Taibbi dropped more Twitter files that detailed the FBI's ties with the tech giant. The Twitter files are revealing more every day about how the government collects, analyzes, and flags your social media content. Twitter's contact with the FBI was constant and pervasive, as if it were a subsidiary, Taibbi began the thread on Friday. Between January 2020 and November 2022, there were over 150 emails between the FBI and former Twitter Trust and Safety Chief Yoel Roth. A surprisingly high number are requests by the FBI for Twitter to take action on election misinformation, even involving joke tweets from low-follower accounts. Taibbi highlighted the FBI's Social Media Task Force, established after the 2016 presidential election, that assigned as many as 80 agents to monitor foreign interference prominently featured in the Twitter files. The connections between the FBI and Twitter put to rest the question as to whether or not this is a First Amendment issue. As a government agency, the FBI's involvement in censoring voices on Twitter is a violation of the First Amendment. That's the Raw Naked Truth. You can catch every episode of the Raw Naked Truth at xvadio.com/podcasts, the Apple Podcasts app, Google Podcasts, Spotify, iHeartRadio, Stitcher, Amazon Music, Audible, and other platforms that respect freedom of speech. We'll see you next time.